Yo, what's going on, guys? Shake and Bake back, and today we're going to be giving you guys some tips back on the Diamond Dynasty. I want to help you guys get these free team affinity cards. They are sick, and I finally got a couple, and I hadn't had any, and I was really struggling with these showdowns. They've made them a little bit easier, but they're still kind of hard, so, I feel like unless you're doing it a certain way, you're going to really get frustrated. So, I want to make this video, give out some tips that I noticed, and again, I'm not like a crazy good player. I'm fairly average, and again, if I can do it, you could probably do it. You just might have to do it a certain way. So that's why I want to make this video, because again, I've been butting heads with these showdown challenges for a while now, and I even gave up with the AL East and the Red Sox one trying to get Devers. I was like, let me just do a March to October, which is actually a really fun, but it does take a lot longer, and I have got that card, but it took a lot longer, so that's beside the point. We want to help y'all get it faster because y'all probably don't have all the time in the world to play against the CPU. But, okay, so let's get into this. So first of all, you want to pick a division, the showdown challenges that you want to do. Pick a division and then pick a player that you're kind of going for. Now, you want to make sure you pick the proper division that that player is in. I wanted to get Carlos Correa, and I thought I was doing the AL West, and instead I'm actually doing the AL Central showdown, so I was doing it wrong. That doesn't mean I can't get a good player at the end of this. I did still go get Yoan Moncada, and I think it only cost me about 15k stubs just because I didn't want to do the showdown again. That's kind of how you get these cards for free. You can do the showdown twice, you beat it 2 times, and you have a free diamond, because once you get the, once you beat this, you get these tickets that you can put into exchanges, and they give you 5 team affinity points each, and I think you get 5 or 6 of them. I'm not sure if you get 6. I heard people say you get 6, but then I think I only got 5 when I got mine, so it's 25 points, I think, not 30, but if it is 30, either way, you still have to get the extra 20 points, which you need to get 10 for doing the team collection, but that still leaves you another 10. You get some online hits or some other hits, so there are ways to do it that you wouldn't need to beat it twice, or you don't even need to spend any stubs. It all depends on how you want to play the game, but you can get these cards for free, and really not that hard. Again, it just takes some time. So, again, I think it takes about 2-ish hours probably to do a full showdown run with playing the games in between and actually trying to get the best lineup and get the most runs deducted from the total score. Now, what is the total score? So at the end, there is a boss, and you'll see the footage on the screen. I'm going to try and fill this in here. I'm just kind of recording the video itself separately, but there's a boss, and you're going to need to score 16 runs. It starts at a 50-0, but then as you play through the string of games, you're going to get runs added in. Usually, the first out of the string is 1 run, then it's maybe 1 or 2 runs, and then 2 runs, and then there's a mini-boss. Now, the mini-bosses are like the end one itself, but just with less runs and less outs. Usually, the first boss is score 3 or 4. You have to score 4 runs usually, and it's just kind of like this fantasy setting where there are no outs, not outs. There are no innings. It's just purely based on the number of outs you can make. So it's kind of different. You don't have to worry about sending runners on 2-out counts. You can just leave them on base until you get a hit and some other stuff, which I will tell you about. But let's dive into it. So again, you just want to try and get as many runs back towards 15. You could literally, I think, get it to 15-15. You only need to score 1 run with 20 outs. Now, that means you win all the challenges, which is a little unrealistic unless you're really good at the game. Just because even some of them are really finicky. Like sometimes you have to get a certain amount of strikeouts and only, 3 outs. So, sometimes you don't, even if you get the out, you don't get the strikeout, so you lose. So I didn't even do that. I only got it to 15, I think it was to 8 or to 7. And that's usually what I get it to. Even if I win, I think I win usually 8 out of the 12 challenges total. I still don't really get that close. It's still, I need 9 runs or whatever, so it's a lot. I think I needed 8 runs to win. But let's talk about the draft itself at the beginning. So that's how it works. Everybody drafts a team. You get 1 diamond, you get 1 gold, and then a couple silvers, I think, and then some bronzes. Now, one thing to note, if you don't pick a player at a position, it will autofill with bronzes, I'm pretty sure. So say you don't pick any fielders, any outfielders, it will give you bronze outfielders, and you might get some good ones. There are some pretty good bronze ones who are able to at least hit decently, but again, you're going to want to upgrade your team as you go. Some people suggest skipping to the end and playing it, but that means you would have to score 16. That's really hard to do. Again, it's possible, it definitely is, but it's just, I can't do it. I'm not that good at, placing my PCI with bronze players, and it's just a lot harder. So I'm going to tell you how to do it this way. It does take a little bit, again, probably 2 hours instead of maybe 30 to 40 minutes. If you're just skipping to the end, you can probably do it in the amount of time it just takes to do the last game if you're that good at the game. But drafting. When drafting, you want to pick players that have power, that hit for power. That's what you want. You do want to pick also one starting and one relief pitcher, just because some of the challenges along the way are going to need a starting pitcher. You're going to have to get some outs, strikeouts, or a relief pitcher, because they do that as well. Sometimes you're in the ninth, you got to close the game out. So you will want to pick one of those, but I do those with the silvers usually. I try my hardest not to pick a diamond or a gold as the pitcher. Really, you want those guys as hitters. So the first diamond should be a hitter that hits for power. That's what you want. Or someone that's got really good contact and pretty good power, honestly. What I did, I stacked my lineup with power. And honestly, I was stacking for right-handed power because I thought I was playing in the AL West showdown, which is Justin Verlander at the end, which is a right-hander. So I was putting a bunch of bats with right-handed power. Turns out, again, I was in the Central, which is against, I think, the Tigers and Matthew Boyd. It's Matthew Boyd. I just don't know what team he's on. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not looking at the footage. I'm just kind of voicing it, and then I'll fill in the footage after. But so I was putting the wrong type of bats in my lineup, and we still were able to do this pretty easily. A lot of the guys that were power were pretty good at lefties still, hitting lefties, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But that's what you want to do when drafting, honestly. And then as you go along, you'll upgrade your team and pick those power bats up, man, because that's what you want. You want guys that can just mash the ball. Your strategy to beat the boss is going to be to load up the bases by getting walks and getting, just simply timed hits and just being patient, and then smash grand slams, honestly. That's I think that's the easiest way, or just, hit doubles when you have guys bases loaded and get them all home. So, let's go to, again, the final game, because the challenge along the way, pretty straightforward. You just have to play the game, and, I mean, the mini-bosses, as I said, it's pretty much the same thing as the last one, but just with less outs. So it might be a little bit less of taking pitches and just, you need to be actually just playing normal. I mean, you only need 3 or 4 runs for those. Those aren't the hardest. You just have to really pay attention and not swing at bad pitches. That's the one thing. I really haven't had too many problems with the mini-bosses, and they're on easier difficulties. The first one's on Rookie. I think the second one is on All-Star, but it's not nearly as hard as the final one, bro. Even though these are on All-Star, it says, again, I'm playing against the CPU in my March to October on Hall of Fame hitting difficulty, smashing home runs left and right, yet on this, I have been struggling, man. Like, I'll hit warning track shot. So many balls that just aren't leaving the yard. Good, okay contacts where the PCI's right there, and it is driving me nuts. It's driving a lot of people nuts. But we're at the final game, and this is how, again, I think the difficulty is different, but let's just talk about your strategy going in. Honestly, it is 2 words. Take pitches. 2 words. That's it. Take tons. As many as possible. That should literally be your goal. And I've heard people tell me this, and I've tried it and still failed. You really want to take pitches. And I don't mean just take balls, take strikes. Let them throw strikes to you. And along the way, too, you can actually get perks that help you. So I did that, too. I took one that would basically, I think it would increase either exit velocity or contact once you had 2 strike counts. And that definitely helped out. You'll see it glowing, the diamond perk at the bottom. So if you win those last 3 games before the final boss, you can get, I think, diamond players and 3 diamond perks just like that. And those diamond perks definitely do help, man. The exit velocity boost one, the massive contact boost down the middle one, and then, again, the 2 strike contact boost, I think, as well, or runners in scoring position. Those ones are really good. They're super solid perks. So the perks are key, and you need to actually equip them, too. Make sure you're updating your lineup as you go along. But we get to the final boss. As I just said, take pitches. Like literally, you'll see in these clips, they were throwing some pitches pretty much down the middle, again, but they'd be just a little bit inside, or it'd be like a 0-1 count, or like a 1-1 count, or a 2-0 count, and I'm taking the pitch. We really want to get that bad boy up to 3-2 almost every single time. Like, you really want to, because the more pitches you take, the more their energy and their confidence goes down, unless they're just pounding away for strikes every single time. And eventually, you're going to have to swing if that's the case, but it really isn't. Like, every time I've done these showdowns, even before I beat them, like I was playing Garrett Cole in the East and really struggling, I'm going to go back and try and beat that just because I want the satisfaction of beating that one because he was like throwing it all over the place every single time, and I still would be like, bro. But then he comes in and pounds me with a 99-mile-per-hour fastball, and pause on that. But yeah, still. But I think this AL Central one's not that bad, bro. This guy, he was throwing 93 for his fastball, and that's really slow. So this one is the one. If you're gonna start with one, I would choose this one. Again, the diamond players for this one aren't that crazy, so I was a little bummed. But Moncada is still really good, and there's also Byron Buxton who has 99 speed and some other pretty good ones. But okay, back to the actual boss itself. Not the fact that he throws 93, which is pretty slow. But once you're actually taking these pitches, you're going to start getting walks. Guys are going to start getting on base. Again, as his energy and confidence goes down, he's going to not be able to hit the strike zone. And I didn't even get him that low either. Like, I didn't even get him past 50%, which is 100, I think, pitches. Once you get him to that 100 pitch mark, he'll be in the yellow. But some people have said they've got it to like 160, and they're not going to pull him from the game. He's going to stay out there. He won't be able to hit the strike zone and will literally just be walking you in. But my strategy was just walk and then wait for my pitches, and that's what I did. And again, I set my PC up right in the middle, a little bit lower, so then when I went to swing, it would hit that top diamond out of the 3, which is for power, and boom, we were just jacking home runs like nothing, bro. And it really isn't that hard once you actually do get the strategy, too. Like, I beat this with still, I think, like 8 outs left or so, yeah. It really wasn't too challenging. You do have to focus, though, you really do, because these can get, sometimes you'll be up, you'll be smashing them all of a sudden, and then they'll seem like they're unhittable. So, again, my main tips for this, as you'll see that I've done throughout this whole video, is just take so many pitches. Try your hardest. Again, even if it's slightly inside, but it's over the plate, you might want to take it. Again, and one thing I also do note, strikeouts are not that bad. Like, if you strike out with a couple guys on, that's not that bad. Like, you still got, however so many outs. If you had 20, you still got 19. You'd much rather strike out than hit into a double play. That was one thing that was killing me on my early on runs. And I think I did hit into 1 in this, but it wasn't like I hit into 3 or 4 with multiple guys on. The only time you kind of want to be a little careful, more than just trying to, just chip at a bad pitch and then it hits into a double play, a ground ball. But you just want to be careful if the bases are loaded, because then they can come home. So if it is just a little cheap dribbler or something, kind of foul tip, all kinds of stuff can happen. So you want to be careful if you do have bases loaded. That's when you got to make sure you get ready to swing and you're getting ready to jack something. That's really what you have to do, bro. You have to hit home runs, and you got to just send that bad boy flying, I think. So, and then you get 4 runs, and you can restart the process and get another 4. So, that's pretty much what I did here, and I eventually tied it up. And then we only needed 1 more home run, and I think it was either Carlos Santana or Edwin Encarnacion, who again, silver and gold player, really aren't that crazy, but they have 99 power, 98 power, 90 power, really good, solid bats. I think even Santana, he only has 75 power or something. I don't know, but he is a good bat. So that's basically what you want to do, man. And again, it depends on what kind of division and what showdown you're doing. I think Josh Hader is one of the showdown bosses, and I want to try and beat that one too. I want to beat them all, to be honest. Or if it's the first inning boss too, that one I've heard is pretty hard. But the Josh Hader, he's a relief pitcher, so once you get him to probably I don't even know, 30 or 40 pitches, he's probably going to be tired because he's not a starter who can go 100 pitches. So I think it's going to be even less for that scenario. That one should be probably the easiest, I would think, actually, maybe. Again, he's going to have pretty good stuff, but I think he only has 3 or... I don't think he even has 4 pitches, but he's only got a couple, so that one shouldn't be too hard either. I think the AL East one is really hard just because Garrett Cole is a 92 and is very, very good. His stuff is pretty nasty. So I'm going to try and go back and beat those, but I just kind of want to make this tip video. And then at the end, again, you're going to get your 25 vouchers, and the vouchers, 25 is halfway to a diamond, man. So you can either A, do like I did, which I was like, okay, I'm just going to pick the player, and then I spent a little bit on the exchanges, and I did the team set. I did the set for the White Sox, which wasn't that expensive. That was maybe 3,000 more stubs for me, 4,000. I don't know. It really wasn't that much because I bought 2 gold players and then a couple of bronzes, so it didn't cost that much. Maybe 5,000 total, and then yeah, and then I bought a couple of Anthony Rizzo's or something for 2,000. So it probably cost me a total of 15K to get Moncada. But again, you could do it even cheaper if you wanted to do the showdown again, or you wanted to get hits with the silver Yon Moncada and then one of the outfielders and then someone else if you got doubles or triples with them or home runs. I think you need 5 of those and you get another 5 to 10 points. So there are ways to do it without spending any stubs too. Again, I've only spent stubs on like things that I've wanted to. I've casually opened packs here or there, but like we haven't dumped in hundreds of dollars buying a whole bunch of stubs. We've literally bought stubs one time, and most of those stubs are just sitting on my account. I really wish I didn't do it, bro. We opened up packs that one time, we pulled the diamond player, we sold them, and the stubs are still sitting on my account. So I pretty much played this game, again, besides that, with just no money spent. Like, most of my cards are just ones we've earned from actually playing the game, and that's how you get the good cards in this. So I will do a couple more tip videos, but I wanted to make sure I got this one out to you guys because this has been driving me nuts, bro, personally. And yeah, I know it's been driving some of you nuts as well, because I've been tweeting about it, and I've been seeing people post on the forums, and yeah, it's definitely not easy, and I like the challenge too. I think it's maybe a little too challenging, but then once you play like this, it doesn't seem that challenging, so you really have to focus on playing different. And I mean, I take a lot of pitches in general, but like I swing at pitches that are over the middle, that are strike zone pitches, but you pretty much don't want to string it to some of those inside pitches. Like, if they're trying to jam you, all that's going to lead to is stinking ground balls, double plays, crappy quick outs. You really want to focus on taking your time and being patient, like overly patient, as I'm saying. So I hope this video does help you out, and you're able to go beat those showdowns. Maybe you were already really good, and you were already beating the showdowns in general. If so, I don't know why you're watching this video. Maybe just showing love and support for the Shake and Bake. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Be sure to leave a like on the video. More MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty videos will be coming, and I'll try and bring my, I don't want to say expertise, but I've been playing video games for a while, and I know how to rack up the currency in these ultimate team modes. I know how to do this, do that, build teams, and again, I think this mode is one of the best for, you can do it just for free, and you can just build up a really good team. So I will do another video on just the best free cards to go out and get, but I think this one was needed before that, because some of those cards, you need to do these challenges and showdowns. And again, unless you're doing it like this, and if you're just up there, like, you know, swinging normally, you know, oh, let me get this. Oh, look, that's a good pitch. Let me hit that. You're going to be hitting into ground balls, double plays, and you are going to be struggling, bro. Again, you just want to wait for those meatballs over the middle, whether it's a slow changeup that's like 77 miles an hour, you can sit and just jack that bad boy, or if it's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball that you can just crush too. So it's really not that hard. Or if it's a 99 or whatever, it doesn't matter, bro. You just got to wait for the certain pitches over the middle like I was doing, and you will have plenty of success. So I'm going to actually play more of this. I really like these. Even when I was losing, I was still jumping right back into these. So I'm going to try and go get that Correa next, and then I want to beat the AL East one as well, just for the satisfaction. And there's also a first inning one too, which I should beat that one too. I know that one's hard, but I'm going to still use my strategy and try and do this. But I think you get like 75 program stars, which is pretty good because I'm at like 220. So if I do that, I'll get the final boss, which is at 300. So that's that. Hope you guys did enjoy. A little bit longer than I thought, maybe. I don't know. I think we did a good job at making this easy for y'all. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you have any problems or you're struggling, yeah, let me know. But I think I did a pretty good job of breaking it down for y'all. Peace, man.